Right guys, I'm here, Moocher73, welcome back. I'm out on the lake. I'm going to run from here to the left of me, to the right of me, jungle hammock. There's so many mozzies out here, I'm going to, I've had to go and have a scout round because it looked a bit iffy to plot here for this evening. But everything seems to be okay. I've had a good scout round. I've been here about 35-40 minutes now. And yeah, I can see there's been a lot of boar through where I usually come through. There's been a lot of boar through there. I'm getting chewed up by the mozzies. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get some mozzie repellent on, and then I'm going to whack my hammock up. The leaves behind you have all actually sprung out. They look really nice on the oak tree just up to the angle of me. I can't stand these mozzies, so I am in two minds whether to put up the mozzie net. Good. There's one thing I like about having a jungle hammock. I get bitten to shreds. I never used to. I never used to get bitten to shreds. My diet has changed since I've come over to Deutschland. Yeah, that's all I can put it down to. This, you know, they love me, completely love me. They eat me alive. Anyway, just for you who don't know, t-shirt, there you go. It's a bar in Soho. See, that's how you don't lose your lighter, right? That's how you don't lose a lighter. But anyway, it's a bar in Soho. That's what I'm wearing. That's the one. I'll give you another little look-see there, right? Anyway, I'm going to get it set up. First thing I'm doing is, yeah, I'll go back, look. I'll go back, I'll show you. I've got my brace on, my leg support, whatever you want to call it. I've got my hiking boots on, but obviously I'm still wearing my brace, so I've got it for about 4 to 6 weeks. Nightmare, guys, nightmare. You've got decent shoes, right? Don't be wearing your trainers. Don't be wearing your clear rainers when you're walking out on the fields and stuff. Because all it takes is one little slip and you could break it. Rolled right on it, I did. Could break your foot, do your ankle. It's not big, it's not clever. Normally I've got them on. So, right, anyway, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get some mozzie on. I'm going to have myself a beer and a cigarette. I'm going to get my hammock up. I'm going to man it at first. I'm just going to, I'm going to leave the mozzie net down. I'm going to leave the mozzie net down. I've got repellent. I'll see how it goes. If it gets to me too much, then, yeah. Then I'll flip back the, oh, I'm losing it again, aren't I, eh? I will flip back my tarp. Flip back my DD tarp. Pull up. Run my mozzie net. It's all sewn into my jungle hammock. I just put the cords through it and run it. But I don't think I'm going to need it. I think this stuff I've got is good enough. Anyway, bring you back. So guys, I didn't stop for a beer. I just got me insect repellent on, my mozzie spray. Tarp's up. She ain't perfect at the front here. She's not perfect at all. She's got a crease coming right across from here down to my ridge line, but nevertheless it's a bit hard. I've got no poles with me to hold this side up. I didn't want to go complete A-frame. I could drop it down, but it's nice to be able to look out on the lake there. I'll give you a little look in a little while. All I'm going to use tonight, bedding. This is what I'm going to use. I've got my under blanket with me, right? This weather. Trekology. My air pillar. Trekology 2.0. Jungle blanket. Showed you it before. Antibacterial, right? That's going over the top of me. There's my pillar. Job done. No faffing about. I heard some people, well, I didn't hear. I see some people was talking the other day about, oh, under blanket in this weather and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm crouched down a bit, right? Let me tell you something. Yeah, it's warm. It's still warm there. I ain't got a clue what the time is. Probably about 8:15 in the evening, right? Once you're laying in this, they're only thin. That one was full of blood, that mosquito. Look at that. Look at that. Erin just come in. You want it landed? Oh, dirty son of a gun. Stay there, guys. I'll be back. I've got to say it for this. Right, I'm with you. Antibacterial wash. I don't know whose blood that was, because he hadn't actually bit into me. So I don't want it. You know what I mean? Anyway, like I was saying, he's obviously feasted on somebody nice out here. Yeah, when the temperature drops out tonight, right? When the temperature drops out, it's a known fact. It's a known fact. If you've ever grand dwelled, slept in a tent, and you've only got a roll mat under you, people call them yoga mats these days, right? Give me a minute. I've got to put this out. I can't keep holding this crap. While I'm here, Prost, cheers. Ever had that. So anyway, look, I'm saying, it's a known fact. You sleep on the ground, you've only got a roll mat under you, you're getting cold, right? The reason being is, the earth draws the heat out of you. This is why you see fellas put down the silver foil, then they put the roll mat on top. A layer, a stack, if you want to call it stacking, we stack, right? Then on the roll mat, then goes your airbed, right? You've got this big gap under there. I don't know, I've probably got about 2 foot, something like that. Then I've got this, right? This has got, traps a layer of air underneath it, right? Traps a layer of air underneath it. When I lay in there, and I lay in there, that air's going to be there, but my body heat and that layer of air, both trapped by this, right? There's nothing drawing that out from underneath me. In the night, it's logical, the temperature drops. You're laying on a thin piece of nylon, not much thicker, well, thinner than your top, right? You're laying on that, yeah? You know what I'm saying? It's drawing straight out. You're losing your heat. Hello, is there anybody there, McFly? You know what I'm saying? Do you comprehend this, guys out there on YouTube, or you're not with us? You know, under blanket. It ain't just to keep you warm. It's to stop the air being drawn out, the warmth of your body being drawn away from you. That's why it traps a layer of air there. Yeah, it's alright, it goes down to -5. Pucker. The reason why it goes down to -5 is because it's a G-loft or whatever they call this material inside here. Fake K-POC. If you've been in the upholstery business, you know what I'm talking about, right? This keeps it there. Now I don't need to come over here tonight, right? And have to put on softies, thermals, or nothing. I know it's going to drop out. It's going to drop out to 15 tonight. Well, if I'm in here, and at the moment it's like 22 degrees Celsius, if I'm in here, it drops down to 15. You're getting cold. Don't care what you say, you're getting cold. You're going to feel it. You're going to want to layer up or do something. So it's just best to bring it with you. It's, you know, it's not rocket science, boys. It's not rocket science. So anyway, inside, like I said, I'm under blanket, jungle blanket. It's fully insulated, like this. It's not even as thick as this. Perfect, perfect. My pillow. That's it. You don't need no air beds in them. Air beds and all of that in a hammock. Excess weight. If you can't sleep in the best bed in the woods without having to put an air mattress in it, just go lay on the floor, mate. You know what I mean? Go get yourself a lilo. Winkles. Anyway, that's my opinion, you know, and I'll stick with that. You can come say your piece. Don't be shy. Scott, Oscar Outdoors, Dan, East Anglia, Bushcraft, all you boys, come tell me what you think. Let me know. Isn't it logic? Don't you think it's logic that since you've been doing this game, right, I tell you that it draws out from underneath you. Alright, if it's 30 and you know it's only going to drop down to 27, 25 of a night, you don't need that, do you? Anyway, I'm switching you off. Gonna have my beer and a cigarette. Put my gear together. I'm gonna spin you round and just show you my little view. There I've got all the leaves back on the oak tree. And yeah, see you in a bit. There's people out there around the other side of the lake. Beer. Leg's doing okay. Foot, whatever, it's doing okay. It's well supported in there. Later on this evening, when I'm not on it so much and I'll be in here, obviously I'll take it off. But it's so awkward, it feels so strange having that. It's like plastic underneath your foot, you know, even in your boot and that. It's It's not comfortable. Yeah, it is supporting my leg, my foot, and like the pressure coming down from my body. But it's not comfortable. Anyway, catch you in a little bit, mate. Under the big oak. There's the oak. It's my beer over there and that. I've got a little bit of bread with me. Just see if anything start biting over this way, you know. There's been a few fish out there. This through there, I was wondering what the hell that was earlier. It's there somewhere. Through there on the water. There. Where am I? Ooh, here. That bit over there. Through the gap. Through there. Seems like it's it has got a solar panel on it. It's got a big solar panel on there. And I'm thinking, as I had a little look round earlier, I had a little go round, and I'm thinking, people, that is because there's a little bit of algae out here on this lake. Well, I think there's another one out to the right, out that way, along the line, along there, along the margin. And I think what that's for, right, is I think that's for filters. It floats around the lake and the solar panel. Mozzies and pond skaters everywhere. And I think that's what that's doing. I think that's a filter. I had to obviously go and have a look, because I thought to myself, hold up a minute, that's a bit close. Then I see it's got reflection on the water. So I went and had a proper look, see what it was. And yeah, that's what I think it is anyway. Yeah, here we go, look, we're under the big oak. Well, big oaks over the lake. Just chilling, just gonna grab me beer. Hear the frogs. Not so many on here now. At least it don't sound like when I camped over at the Boar's back garden. That was a wild night. That was a froggy night. So anyway, there you go. This is me. Away for the night. Work Monday. Well, I don't know if this is going to pick them up now. It's getting a bit too dark. But I've had a fair few pipistrelle bats. They're coming through underneath this oak tree. Magnificent they are. Tiny little pipistrelles. And they're drinking. It's been amazing. I've just been sitting here chilling for hours now. Frogs are still going off. Gonna have myself a beer. Climbing my hammock. And yeah, this is what it's all about, guys, isn't it, you know? Just chilling out. Getting out. Been hearing music playing. Coming from Hungen by the sounds of it. And yeah, just chilling. Been listening to some David Bowie. We Could Be Heroes. Well, I'm going to, like I say, I've wound down, I've chilled out. I've got another 2 beers with me. I think I'm just going to drink one. There's a lot of boar movement been behind me. Earlier on, they've started churning up the earth through the track where I come into this little spot. So I'm expecting some activity probably later on. I'm just watching a few, I don't know what you want to call them. Americans, I suppose you call them fireflies, don't you? There's quite a few coming around here glowing up. Glow bugs, I think the UK call it, something like that. There's been a few coming through, not a lot, not this time of year. I don't know if I'm going to pick that one up there. There you go. There's one. How about that? There it is. Come on over to where my rucksack is. Well, how about that, guys? You know what I mean? Talk about them, and there's one. Yeah, it's been a lovely little evening. He's just buzzing over that way. He's turned himself off again. And he's glowing a little bit, but you can't catch him. He's a bit too far out now. But anyway, if anything happens in the night, I've got them old frogs over the other side there. Been a good few carp raising up out here. Fairly big ones as well. I didn't think they would got really big in here because of this lake's only, I think I've been told, is something like 4 foot, 5 foot deep maximum. Probably a bit more. I'll have to check that with my friend Hendrik. And yeah, I remember he told me a good while ago, but I was well drunk in the pub. I'm sure he said so many metres or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to chill. I'm going to have my last beer. Wind down. Sort me hammock out. Get me old, what you call it, in there. Me jungle blanket. Get it unpacked. Get in there. I don't know what time Sabina's she's gonna drive down here to the car park. I'm only like 1 minute walk from where the actual car park is here, believe it or not. So like, it's not like I've got to go far with a little bit of kit. Travelled lightweight anyway. I'm out of here first thing in the morning, because I'm having a barbecue breakfast when I get home. Yep, barbecue breakfast. Quite got into the habit of it for the past 3 weeks now. So that's what's on the agenda tomorrow morning, is a barbecue breakfast. Why stick around? I can get up, have myself a cup of brew here, chill for a bit, pack down, have another brew. As soon as my message comes through, bing bong, I'm gone. Anyway, nice to have had you along. And I'll bring you back, like I say, anything goes on or whatever, I hear any dodgy noises or whatever, I'll bring you back. So guys, here I am. Jungle blanket, that's it. That, people, is it. Right. Don't need no sleeping bags this time of year. Got to be crazy if you're getting in a wank sack this time of year, you know what I mean? Got to be a little bit special, ain't you? You know? So open this up. There you go. Get it the right way. It's me dogs. It's the dogs. I love it. Serious. Bought this for the dog. I've used it more than her so far. Just sorting out what side's what here. Get it tucked in like that. Even got my wooden top in here. Just in case I've got a bit chilly. I don't know what it is at the minute. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the temp is. I'm probably glowing. This light glowing right across the lake. I'll leave that up the top of me because it's not needed. I'm going to unstrap my foot. Get my boots off, unstrap my foot. And I'm going to get my nut down. Alright, I lied. I'm going to unstrap my foot. Get in there. And... carp, and I'm going to have a beer. But anyway, like I said a minute ago, anything goes on or whatever, I'll bring you back. Right, so at the minute, it's all good. Yeah, time to get me nut down. Chill time properly now. I'm gone, bing bong. I've watched the pipistrelles. I've watched the glowbugs. Listening to all the different types of frogs here. Sitting in my hammock. Seeing the fireflies, glowbugs, whatever you want to call them. Sitting in there having a beer. I heard a road deer calling from the other side of the lake earlier on before it got dark. What a night. Just unstrapped my foot. Sitting in my hammock having my last beer. Time to turn in for the night. Brews on, morning people. here, I can't see them, but I keep hearing the herons. A bit of a crashing around up there earlier while I was getting my brew kit together. Anyway, give you a little look out here quickly. Quite a lot of activity from the carp last night. I'll go with the spawning, logic tells me. So I'll bring you back, I'm going to sort my brew out. Get in this thing again. Well, like I said just now, morning. A nice morning it is. It's about 7:15. About 7:15. BCB kit. Done a brew again. Not like me, rather milky, this one. Rather milky, but yeah. Some strange going on out here last night. I presume it was a raccoon, or raccoons fighting with her kits, or whatever you call them, cubs, I don't know. Wash bear in Deutsch. So yeah, there was something. There's having a fight just flew over here behind my head. Woke me up about 20 to 1. They proper kicked off. One of them was screaming good. And apart from that, nothing come through, nothing hit me guidelines, no bore. So, you know, some of you guys, I know, this ain't your cup of tea, you know what I mean? Haha, boom, boom. As in, coming out, wild camping on yourself, solo camp, whatever you'd like to call it. But others, if you enjoy this sort of thing, just getting out, doing you, get out, do it. I'm not going to be the one that says, yeah, you should, you should, you should. You know what's good for you. You know, you ain't got to go out, like I've stated so many times, you ain't got to go out and buy a load of expensive top of the range kit when you first start. That's down to you as you get going. That's down to you as you get going, you know. You ain't got to go out and buy top of the range. There's hammocks out there. There's hammocks out there that are really cheap now. They ain't the best, but for what I've paid for this one, I've seen some hammocks on the market now that are probably as good as this. There ain't nothing as special as this really. It's got built-in bug net, That's all, cost me 70 sheets. Alright, I've got a £10 discount on it, so it cost me about €60. But One Wind have started putting out some nice hammocks. New company on the market, or new to me anyway. One Wind's putting out some nice hammocks. I think their mozzie net for theirs, their bug net's completely detachable. You know, if you really want to go up market, if you're a bigger guy, One Wind do 11 foots. This is only a 7. They do like 11 foot and it's wide enough to fit you and your dog on there, you know. If you've got a big dog like mine, I suppose. They do them double layered, so you can put something else in underneath to make it like an under blanket or whatever, I suppose. Put a mattress in there if you want a mattress with your hammock. God knows why. God knows why. There's plenty of hammock videos out there. If you're on Facebook, there's hammocks tips. Join that group. I think if you go through to Oscar Outdoors, you know, if you go through, find Oscar Outdoors, he's got a group, he's got a page, and he's got his hints and tips or whatever group on Facebook as well. If you're interested in this sort of stuff, there's loads of things. You know, he makes organisers for his ridge line and loads of them. Like, there's plenty of guys on there, a lot of good guys, a lot of good tips and stuff. I don't, you know, I go on there, I don't really put any tips up on there or nothing. I'm just fortunate enough, I'm a member on there. I get on with Scott and So and English Woodsman Dan. Have a good crack. There's a couple of good groups out there that Oscar Outdoors, Scott, and English Woodsman Dan run. And it's just fortunate for me, you know, I'm right out here, I'm in Deutschland, I'm in Germany. But yeah, obviously I can't have as many fires as them boys do. And it's one of my pterodactyls. As long as it don't shit on me top deck, I don't care. But like, yeah, I can't have as many people going on. You'll see them stealth camping. Stealth camping seems good, it does. Low key, I'd like to say. Well, I'm right here, mate. This is stealth camping to me. Unless there's you've got permission out here, which all the woods around here, they're like private. They're like they've all bought up different plots. So you know, so many whatever hectares or whatever. They're all bought up by individual people. And unless you know, you get permission off one of them people, you shouldn't be on it. Shouldn't be out here. But anyway, here I am. I'm out here doing it, people. You know what I mean? Find yourself somewhere cushy. Just keep yourself out of the way. You know, the old one, off the beaten track. I've always, for about, I've been out here now 8 years. I've always wanted to come down on this side of this lake. Everybody walks over along the other side. If you're on my Facebook or my Instagram, Moocher73, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see photos of this lake taken from over the other side off of one of the points. The area where I took the photo, you're not meant to fish there either. So I like to go over there and get a few photos in the morning, some mornings when I ride to work. I'm not actually far from my work here.
I think now, if I was to walk over onto the car park, it's quicker for me to get to work right now than it is if I was to hike home, lugging all my kit. Fortunately for me, Sabina brought me out. She brought me out, parked in the car park. I literally walked round the corner. I'm here. Literally walked round 1 minute. 1 minute is all it took me to get to exactly where I am. And I'm off beaten tracks, you know. This is about as stealth camping as it gets for me. It's nice. It's just nice to get away, you know. It's been cooped up indoors for the week. I had a little waddle out the other day. A little waddle I did. I done about, I don't know, 20 metre in all. Seems nothing, but to me it was an achievement, you know, because I've been in so much pain with this leg, and I didn't have no painkillers. I just got on my foot that morning and had a little walk out. Enjoyed it. Foot's feeling better. I got my support here, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've got this for 4 to 6 weeks. We'll just see how it goes. I'm not going to be ignorant like I was when I done my ribs going back a few years ago. Even though I was in a lot of pain with them, I took liberties. I was still riding to work. After a few weeks of getting on the train is too much of a pain in the arse out here. It turns up as and when it feels like it. And if the train ain't there at the right time to the next stop for me to get the bus, then I've missed the bus and I'm not getting to work for another hour waiting for a bus. And sit there for an hour waiting for a bus. It's, you know, like I say, I'm out in the sticks. The towns out here are like not far and few between, but they're a good hike. So there weren't no way I was hiking to work every morning with a decked out set of ribs, a few crackers. So yeah, I took liberties and started started riding my bike through the woods really slow and that, but obviously every bit of movement I was in superficial pain. You know what it's like if you broke your ribs before, lads, ladies, whatever. You know when you go to the toilet, you know, breathing, the diaphragm, it just moving, makes you want to cry, doesn't it, you know? So yeah, I took liberties. I used to dose myself up on ibuprofen, 600 mils, and I used to ride to work with them, broken ribs. But anyway, enough of this old chit chat. I'm barbecuing this morning for breakfast when I get home. About 10:30 I'll have the grill on. Cup of brew does me. I'm going to sort myself out, have a look at my phone, couple of hours Sabina will be up. I might hobble round the other side to get a few pictures from the other spot. I do a bit of filming, and this is me done. It's just so nice to be out, guys. Oh, I finished my brew. I'm going to, there's me setup. That's where I am. Under the oak. The noises were coming out of there last night round by the water. That in front, you can see there, that's the silver birch that come down that I originally did want to hammock camp and
go there to there, but I've ended up across this side, which is no problem. But yeah, this is the way I come in. Hang on, let me sort this out a bit. A little bit more up like that. Got to tighten some bits up, guys. Well, wait with me. Right, this is where I come through. So, I just stopped the camera there for a moment. Tiny, I don't know if he's going to jump at my hand or what, but there you go. There you go, guys. Tiny baby frog. There he is. Sitting on my hand there. I'm going to put him back because of they're cold-blooded, and the last thing he really needed. Oh, poor little sod. He's gone. Yeah, the last thing he really needed was my warm hands. So give me a mow. I'm going to put him back by the water a bit more. So I ain't put him in the main lake because of a bit unfair competition with the young fish and everything to eat him. Whatever else, predatory larvas and stuff. So just beyond one of the broken logs over there, there's still a little bit of water there. When it was full, it was when the lake was higher, it was full of tadpoles in there. So I've just put him in that little bit. There's plenty of water in there, and we're on a little ramble. This is where I come through. As you can see on the ground here, it's all been raked out. There's a hole there, there's water in that hole, as you can see down there. But yeah, here we go. All the ground's all turned over. It's been so soft here. When the water, look, the water mark is right here where it's dark, and it's drained right back. That's how it's been since winter. That's how it's been. Right up here. So all under these leaves here, it's still dark. Around there, right into here. When Sabina was last here with me, it was here. So yeah, this is where they've all been raking around. Wood pigeons. Water's dropping right back. Not done too bad this year though, because we've had such a crappy summer, or a spring coming into summer. We've had a hell of a lot of rain like the UK has. So this water's still here. Usually it's way back through there. Yeah, rough bit turned up here as well. I've definitely got to be watching my footing. I've got my strap on my leg, on my right foot. But yeah, this is where they've been coming. This is where they've been coming around. So I'll bring you back in a bit. We'll be there. So I always have a joke, right, with my boss. Through this car park there, straight through up over the next hill, it's Fillingen, where I work. And I always have a joke, me and my boss, when we've got a fair bit of work on. He'll say, or I will say, I'll bring me tent, or I'll bring me hammock and I'll set it up in the workshop. Or I'll put a tent up in the yard, right? If I could handle that much pressure on my foot at the moment, I'd walk all the way over there and sit in the yard and say to him, morning, I'm a day early. Anyway, down here I go. Bike's all right. Might see one in a little while. And nest boxes out here, caged in. Here we go, I'll show you. There's one here. The caged in. This is what the UK needs more of, people. That caging, it does not affect the small birds. Round the front there, it'll be open a bit more. It's a bigger gauge mesh, actually. What a class idea. There you go, bigger gauge mesh on the front, if you can see that. I don't know if I can get you eye enough. Now, we've got so many bird eaters out here. It ain't just your magpies. Right? We've got both of the, another big one there, look at that. I'll zoom you in. So it ain't coming sideways. Reason why they're caged in is stop the predators. Right, like I was saying. Now, we've got another one. I don't usually notice them all as I'm coming through. We've got the pine martins and we've got beech martins. A lot of this woodland out here is mainly all beech. I don't know what they've got two separate names, obviously, in German as well. I don't know what they both are. I know Marder covers the whole family, covers your polecats, your weasels, and that's the main one I hear thrown around in my village, the Marder. I suppose it's an easy term for everybody to use when I don't know exactly what they're looking at. This is where I usually stop on my bike here. Got to watch it with my foot here. All the roots, you know. But yeah, that's where I usually take my photo there. Different times of the year. But you see that out there? Through there? That's a solar panel on a floating deck, whatever you want to call it here. Got to watch all of this. It's not good for my foot on here, people. Somebody's left some litter here. Been doing something they shouldn't be doing, because over here this says there's no fishing from here. Right? That's a tin of maize there. A lot of activity coming from there last night, a lot of splashing around. I noticed there was green algae over in this corner, over this way yesterday, right? So I'm going with that out there with a solar panel on it, that out there, and the one round this corner into the bay. They've got filters underneath them. There's no other reason you'd have solar panels on here. Them solar panels must be running the running the motors for the filters. Which I don't know. I ain't been home on the lakes for years now. 8 years, right? I've been out here. Beginning of this month, just turning into this month, I've been out here 8 years. And if you have UK, people let me know. Do you have these running on your lakes? Filtering out these bad algae that we're starting to get a lot of. I don't remember them. When I was a youngster, I don't remember the lakes being full of green algae, blue algae. Don't remember none of that. Makes you wonder, you know. Obviously, you can hear from the frogs over there. We've still got a blinding habitat for nature. But what's all this algae about constantly? lake's all filling up with it. I have no clue. So guys, if any of yous are carp anglers back home, I know my cousins do a lot of it still. I think most of them are all bang into it. Sold all my rods and stuff when I moved out here. Sold all my kit. My mate Alb, thanks Alb, needed that cash, brother. My bivvy and everything. But yeah, you know, that's what they're for. They're filters. They're definitely filters. There's no other reason I can work out why they would have these two, I can't even remember what you'd call it now. They're like floating jetties, whatever, little. But I'm going where they've got filters under them. Why would you be taking that much energy, that much sun on here? I'm going with their filters, guys, right? There's one here, and like I say, there's one round that corner. I had a nose through yesterday. I went through there yesterday, and you can just vaguely, because you can't get to a bank round this side, I just vaguely made out there's one there as well. Anyway, I don't know, it looks like a dog's shit bag or something in there. No, it ain't. Fish food, pellets. That was. So, I'm taking that to the bin. See, I've got to watch all my steps here. Got to watch my foot in here, guys. I don't want to be off work anymore. Things I do. Yeah, look at that old bird box or something here. Been here, it's got a cage still on the side there. Been here as long as I've been in Germany. It's been dumped there. There used to be, believe it or not, an easel. Not a donkey if you're German. Not a donkey. I know that's the same word or pronunciation you guys use for a donkey. But no, I'm talking about stand that you'd paint from, guys. Yeah, an easel. Brits know what I'm talking about. Septic tanks know what I'm talking about. The old Yanks, Americans know. It's an easel. It don't go, it ain't like one of them barmaids when you're in the English pub and you ask her for a beer and she just, miserable old mare, does your beer, puts you on the side and goes, yo. You know, it ain't one of them. Yeah. That's another one down that end, isn't it? Right down there. Right, what I do is I don't think there's a Mulheimer. Mule. I don't think there's one down that way. But I've got to cross this ditch, navigate myself across here without busting myself up. I'll come down here like MC Hammer. I'm going to leave this here. Leave that there. And I'm going to have a wander. Guys, look. It just goes to show there. Right? It ain't just the UK. They're ignorant here as well. Right? Why? Why put that in the Wald? Why dump all your trash in the woods? Moin. Don't laugh. I've got a big grin on my face. You know what's coming, guys. Jog on, you mug. Jog on. Off he pops. Yeah, so anyway, back to the waste. You know what I mean? Even in Deutschland, it's disgusting. It's nowhere near obviously as bad as England, Britain, in overall. But yeah, you still got some arse wipes out here. Let me spin this over a bit. It's facing the other way there. Looks like it's got wedged up on that tree. But that's a solar system. 100%. Pull you right out. There you go. That's how far away it is. I don't know what that is up this end. Seems to be wedged as well. Obviously watching my footing. There's usually loads and loads. I'm not going up through there. That's stinging nettles. That's a bit daft. I'm going back across there. I'm not bodging my foot up either. Usually along here, you'll see, well, I do. Me and my woman Sabina, when we come out here, we see a hell of a lot of freshwater mussels. They usually do all the filtering, don't they? You know, and usually we're littered with them here, all on the banks. The cormorants, when this water starts dropping, the cormorants have them out constantly have them out, flip them open, smash them in and eat them, you know. There's a lot of shells still round where I'm going a little bit fast here on my foot, I can feel it. I think that's a boat, guys, now. But what a morning, eh? Yeah, look, you can see that solar panels on there now better. There you go. But yeah, what a morning. And it's nice, because usually at 6:30, I'm over on the other side doing a little bit of filming or for me Insta or whatever. You know? And just be able to actually walk round this lake this time of the morning. There's been a lot of carp fanning their tails of night. I don't know what that is going along over the other side there. I think it's a buzzard. I'm not sure. Could have been a buzzard going up there. Might have been a barn owl. Let's get round here. But like, yeah, you know, I don't usually get to be on here this time of the morning. This is when I like it. This is when the dog would like it better, actually. She hates all these cyclists. People coming through, you know. She don't like them old cyclists. They ping bells and stuff, and she's just like, not her cup of tea, really. Another nest box there. Yeah, look, you can see better there, the gauging. If I come to the side, you can see it's got a bigger gauging at the front of the mesh. Going too fast for my foot again. Carp. Carp was just rolling. Typical. See ya. I see ya. Spawning, aren't they? This is where I like to come sit up here with Sabina. In between both lakes. They've now cleared the track out round the side of this lake, and you can actually walk all along that way. But there you go, guys. There's the other lake. A couple of geese on there. Right down in that bay down there. Right out down there. That's where I'm camping. Was camping. Where I stayed tonight. This is where she was splashing up. Couple of small fish. Turning up on the top now. Yeah, they ain't feeding. Definitely not feeding. That's breaching the water there. Coming back in. I ain't got my glasses with me.
Stop the reflection. Typical. I left them back there. It's the carp. Coming in. There you go, there you go. Loving it, aren't they? Damsel fly there. Still down there. Rolling on the surface, right in the margin. There you go, water just stirred in there. There you go, guys. Skimmers coming up down here. Silverfish. Jesus Christ, right in the bank. Right on the margin. Gamekeeper John. Shay Malloy. Albert. D-balls, D-balls. Still as anything on here. Still as anything. Nothing. Nothing moved on the second lake. Looks like someone's float out here, look. Looks like somebody's float. I don't know if you can make that out. Looks like an orange tip float out there. Right guys, I'm back. I ain't got much battery left. Phone cut out while I was up there. It broke on and told me I ain't got much whatever battery and so anyway, I'm back. There was a lot more of the carp rolling up that end. Unfortunately, I couldn't film them. I've got to get in touch with Sabina to get my lift home, so I'm going to start packing down and whatnot now. And thanks for having us, you know, thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the little night out. And yeah, join me on the next one, guys. Stick around, subscribe. What's wrong with you people? Subscribe, come on. I'm not that bad, surely, you know. I'll keep it as real as I can. I ain't sticking up all these old malarkeys here and this, that and the other. I'm just showing you how it is. I'm not using hardly any editing or nothing. I don't, you know, that ain't me. I ain't that fake. If I balls up, I balls up. If you want to correct me, you correct me. You do that. Good on ya. You know, anyway. Bing bong, I'm gone. Squeeze you later and all of that. Moved to 73. Hope you've enjoyed it. Down by the lake, I certainly have. I love it here. It's one of my favourite little tranquil spots just to come and get away. So yeah, have a good one. Stay safe and all of that until the next time. Hopefully I'll be out next weekend. We'll see. I wanted to get out and do a strong one the other weekend, but obviously bodged up my foot and whatnot, so that weren't in the game. I'm gonna have a look at this silver birch tree, and I'm gonna take myself some bark home off of it because it's broke. She's done, isn't she? There's a few bits I stacked here the other time I was here with Sabina, so I'm gonna peel some of that off. Probably won't be a lot, just every little bit here and there I go, I take a little bit, you know. If they're broken branches, they're on the ground, I'll peel myself some. Anyway, I'm gone. Love ya, leave ya, squeeze ya, ABC ya, wouldn't want to be ya, and all that old malarkus, right? Oh yeah, don't forget, if you like catapult shooting, bit of hunting and a bit of fishing, hop over to my mate's channel, Kev Moocher, right? He is the Moocher's Guide, right? You should all know by now. Support it, mate, support it, subscribe, give Kev an oi, you know what I mean? Cheers, I'm gone. Stay lucky.